In the silence of the evening, Elian walked among the tall grasses, his footsteps shifting the pebbles along the rural path. He suddenly stopped, as he heard a faint whisper emerging from the heart of the forest. The whisper wasn't just a sound, it spoke his name. Elian. He looked around. No one. But the wind carried whispers again and again, like an old song. Elian approached the ancient tree in the middle of the clearing, its trunk coiled like a sleeping dragon, and glowing green cracks lined its surface. He reached out and touched the cold root. Suddenly, a bright light burst from the ground, and a magic circle appeared around him. A crack opened in the earth, like a gateway between worlds. And a voice said, "It is time, Elian. The ancient gate awaits." Elian couldn't step back. The light pulled him, and his body began to descend. He was falling, but without fear. Around him, stars sparkled, as if the sky itself was swallowing him gently. Then suddenly, he landed on a ground of glowing blue crystal, in a world no human eye had seen before. Floating mountains, talking rivers, and trees that lit the night. As Elian gazed at the beauty of the new land, he heard a soft voice behind him, as if the wind itself spoke words. "Who are you, and how did you enter the realm of light?" He turned suddenly, and there stood a girl cloaked in moonlight, her emerald eyes glowing. She held a staff made of crystal, and behind her stood a giant bird with wings of blue flame. Elian stammered, I don't know. The tree called me. The gate opened, and I fell in." She stared at him for a long moment, then stepped closer and said calmly, "My name is Nayla. I am the guardian of the ancient gate. No one can enter unless chosen by the prophecy." Elian gasped, "What prophecy?" Nayla raised her hand to the sky, and a cloud parted, revealing stars that moved and drew the shape of a knight, holding a sword of light, fighting a massive shadow. She said in a hushed voice, "The ancient prophecy speaks of a boy from the human world who will one day restore the light and defeat the darkness of the black moon, and it seems that boy is you." Suddenly the ground trembled beneath them, and the sky shook as if it were screaming. Nayla looked toward the horizon, her face suddenly pale. She said in a trembling voice, "No, this is impossible. The darkness has begun too soon." On the horizon, a massive black moon rose, cracked and cloaked in gray smoke. The stars vanished, and the air grew heavy, as if it was breathing fear itself. Nayla shouted, "We must leave now! This is no time for explanations. They are coming!" She ran to the edge of the hill and waved her staff in the air. The earth cracked open in response to her call, revealing a swirling blue portal. Elian, breathless, asked, Who is coming?" She looked at him with eyes full of a fear he had never seen before and said, "The followers of the Black Moon, servants of darkness. They devour light, and they've been hunting you for centuries." Elian and Nayla passed through the portal, finding themselves in a circular arena carved into the heart of a fiery mountain. The air was hot, the walls shimmered with heat, and in the center stood a massive red stone from which calm flames danced. Nayla stepped forward and said, "This is your first trial. Everyone chosen by the prophecy must face the flame of self." Elian stepped back afraid. "But I don't know anything about magic. I don't have a sword, not even courage." Nayla smiled gently. "That's why you begin here. The flame doesn't test your strength, it tests your truth." Elian approached the stone, hesitated for a few seconds, then reached toward the flame, and it didn't burn him. Instead, the fire entered his body like a warm light, and he closed his eyes. He saw his childhood, his fears, his loneliness, his dreams. Then he heard a voice inside him say, "You are not weak. You just haven't found your strength yet." He opened his eyes, and his hand blazed with golden fire, as if holding living light. Nayla looked at him in awe. "Your journey has begun, chosen one." After passing the trial of flame, Nayla and Elian travel through the whispering woods where poisonous mists linger. Suddenly, they are attacked by a terrifying shadow that looks exactly like Elian, but with soulless black eyes. Elian is forced to face himself, not with strength, but honesty. In a moment of clarity, he admits his fear of failure, and the shadow shatters. Nayla and Elian reach the plain of stillness, where the black moon begins to rise. Shadows flood the land, and magical armies prepare for the final war. But Elian begins to collapse, his light fading. Nayla reminds him that true power comes not from magic, but from choosing the light. In a moment of clarity, Elian rises, glowing with golden light, and walks toward the Black Moon King. In the heart of the storm, Elian stands before the King of Shadows, who tempts him with power, glory, and immortality. But Elian refuses, and his heart bursts with the light of truth. The light erupts, envelops the sky, and shatters the black moon. The darkness melts away forever. Elian turns to Nayla. She smiles and says, "You saved two worlds, Lightbringer." Elian returns to his land, but he's no longer the same. He is the bearer of light, and his heart knows the way.